Okay, there are two people already available here. Okay, guys, sorry, I'm really sorry for the delay. We just got technical issue here, and there's also a little bit noise from this side. So we will be just sharing information, as I said, in the group and also on our platform on Facebook, that we will be sharing information related to all your like doubt and worries, and also like your pre-departure to Indonesia, and also about the first week here in Indonesia, and also things that you need to put on your list, okay, so that you come to Indonesia. But first of all, I would like you guys to leave comments where you are from, and also yeah, in which university you are accepted, and at the same time also which program, and also what are really your concerns, what are you really thinking about, and you cannot have the solution for that, or you would like to know things related to Indonesia and also related to your program and also your departure. Let us know. For the first live that I did, I saw someone, yeah, a girl, a sister from Ethiopia, who asked that what are the documents that she needs to apply for the visa. So for that, it's actually depend on your university, because several university will ask, is the university that will apply the visa for you. So it's actually up to the university that the question that they will ask you related to the document. However, there are some document that will be already asked, and that one is about the picture, photograph, okay, the the passport picture. They will ask that for sure, and also they will ask you medical certificate, right?
Yeah.
Medical certificate,
The current one.
current one. If you don't have a new one, you need to have a current certificate, health certificate. You go to the hospital, you make general checkup, and then they will write a certificate. They will make a certificate for you, and then you will just send it to the university. And also try to be sure that you are often online, either on WhatsApp and also on like in your email. But in Indonesia, they really use too much WhatsApp. So if they already add you in the university group, the hourly, so try to be really online and also active in the group, because all the information will be in that group. If the university did not already contacted you related to your journey to Indonesia, don't be like, don't think too much and don't worry, okay. They will contact you and they will let you know the next step. It's not you who will go to the embassy apply for your visa. As you are already an hourly, the university will get in touch with you, and also they will ask you all the necessary document that you need to provide for them, and try to make sure that everything they ask you provide it, because they will be using it to apply for your study permit first, because they will apply for the study permit before applying for the visa. It's the study permit that will allow you to get the visa. So don't delay any information that they ask you, like any document that they ask you, don't delay it. If they ask you to send you the transcript, send it. Even if you have already sent it, just send it to them. If they ask you for your passport, send the passport. If they ask you for any picture or anything related to your academic journey here, try to send it as soon as possible, because if you delay it, it will also delay your arrival in Indonesia, because some university will start sending their student from late Augustus, Augustus. I don't know
August.
English or English or Bahasa Indonesia. You see, so it's actually that. So try to make sure that all the document that they ask you, you just provide it at any time, so that you don't delay anything related to your journey to Indonesia. For example, I remember last year I arrived in Indonesia in September, right? Early September,
Yeah, early
around
September.
7 or 8 September. I left my country on 7 and I arrived here 8 September. Okay, so some of my
Questions
friends,
for you.
they arrived earlier before me, because some of us got before like others, because there are some countries that do not have embassy, Indonesian embassy in their country, so they have to apply online visa. So for that, they also need another procedure that are different from the other one. So what I'm trying to tell you here is to make sure that you stay online, and also you cooperate with your university, okay, because if you did not cooperate with them, they ask you information, and you did not provide it, you will just try to consume a lot of time, waste their time, and then also waste your time. Okay, so at this moment, I know you guys have already finished to confirm. You already confirm your acceptance, because if you did not do it, the system will automatically fail your application and then allot it to someone else. So at this moment, I know, guys, you have already confirmed it, and also you are getting ready for your journey to Indonesia. So
Some of the questions, what about police reports? Someone said.
what about Apa?
Police reports.
Police report? Oh, it's actually not mandatory for every university. It's actually what I said, like it's from one university to another university. Your university can ask you police report, and then, for example, the other one university do not ask for it. So it's actually up to your university, and if they ask you for any document related to the visa application, just make sure that you give back the you give them the information that they ask. Okay, if they ask police report, you just try to go to the nearest police station office, and then you try to make it. They will give you that, and then you just forward it to the university. Okay.
The accommodation, is it up to the university or what?
Accommodation. Okay, so accommodation, like, is also depend from one university to another university, because some university has already dormitories. Okay, so they already have dormitory for international students. So once you come to the university, you will stay in the dormitory of the university. So you are not going to go outside the campus. You are going to stay on campus with the other international students, either KNB awardee or other scholarship from the same university. However, for example, if I take an example on my like at my university here in UMM, if you are someone who is admitted at UMM, you are not going to stay at the student dormitory. You only have 1 week. Only have 1 week to stay at the student dormitory. After you stay 1 week at the student dormitory, even before that 1 week, the university will already give you one student body. They call it student body. It will be someone like an Indonesian who will help you to go look for a course. Okay, to look for a student room next to the campus here. You will go with that person, either a girl or a guy. Okay, he will help you go through according to your need, because also your lifestyle, because some guy will like this room, and someone will say, okay, I don't like this room. So it's up to you actually, but you will be the one who will decide, I will stay in this room, because his job is just to help you go around and also see the rooms that are available. But other universities, for example, when I take example Negeri Malang or UB or other university outside Malang here, they already have the student dormitory. So you will stay in the student dormitory. So tell me, in which university are you admitted, and also where are you from? Okay, these are the only two questions that we finally have. Yeah.
I'm trying to find like the document they need.
The document they need
to prepare for the visa and then those stuff.
The visa, okay. Like, wait. Actually,
I was having it here.
It's actually as what I said. Some people will be asked some document, and some also will not tell them those documents. So it's actually up to your university to share with you the mandatory document, because first of all, the passport is something.
Yeah.
The passport is something that
mandatory.
is mandatory for you to provide it. Okay. The passport is mandatory, and apart from that, you will need to scan the passport like cover, not only the inside where is your picture, but also outside. You scan that one, you scan inside maybe 2 pages or see. It's actually up to the university. And after that, the health certificate that we already informed you, the health certificate from the hospital or nearest clinic. You go there, you make a clinic checkup, like a health checkup, general checkup. After that, you get a certificate. And also, someone talked about police clearance, right? So it's up to the university that they will ask you the question, the document that you need to provide. But these documents are really mandatory: the health certificate, the passport cover, and also the first 3 pages of your passport, and also your professional picture for your
Yeah.
for your passport also, because they will use that to apply for the study permit. They will use the visa, the picture to apply. Let's say I remember it was red color, right?
Okay.
Red color. But once more, it's up to the university that they will tell you the color that they need. But for the study permit, it's red color. So you can go to the photographer, take a picture, and also even later they can send you electronically, and then you just change the cover, the background. You can do it at any time, So yeah, related to the document, yeah, it's actually up to your university that they will ask you the document. But right now, as once more, try to be in touch with the university, and don't worry if the university did not yet contacted you, because it's yesterday that was the deadline for the confirmation. Okay, if the university did not contact you, don't worry about that, because it's just yesterday the deadline. So maybe from today they will try to contact some university, some student. But if you have already been contacted, try to make sure that you follow all the instruction provided by the university. You are not the one who will go to the embassy to apply for a visa. No. All you have to do is to prepare the document that the university share with you, and also you send it to the university and wait. And by waiting, you can just try to, as I said in the other video, spend time with your family, get ready, buying things as you know. If, for example, you need to provide, you need to bring something, you can try to make sure that you prepare those things even from right now, because sometimes you can make a list. I did not have a lot of time, I didn't have a lot of time, so I forgot something that I wanted to bring, and earlier once I arrived in Indonesia, I remember about it. So try to make, if you want, a list from now on until the day you would like to start packing. Okay, so is there any other question?
Maybe you would like to share the duration for the visa application.
Okay, the duration. Okay, the duration for your visa. I actually.
It's usually 1 month.
Oh yeah, I provided it around July. Sorry, June. July. Okay, I provide all the document around July. Okay, this is the duration for the application of visa application in July. So I think the visa come out around August. So it's about middle of August. It's about 1 month duration. It's 1 month duration, and after that, they will send you the first. You will need to the first thing that they will get is the study permit. After you get the study permit, then they will provide for you the visa, and after they provide the visa, they will ask you to provide an itinerary from the nearest airport in your country. If there are many airports, the nearest airport in your country, you provide an itinerary from that to Jakarta, because they will buy another ticket. For example, those who will come to Malang or will go to Surabaya or other cities in Indonesia, you need to take another flight from Jakarta airport to your city town. So you provide for them only the itinerary from your country to Jakarta, flight ticket from your country to Jakarta. And how you do that? You have 2 ways to do that. Either you call the airlines that used to come in Indonesia. For example, Fly Emirates, Ethiopian Airlines, and Qatar Airways. So you call them. Sorry, there are too much noise here. So you get their number, you call them. You, for example, take the phone number of Qatar Airways. You call them. You say you would like to come to Indonesia, Jakarta. So you don't know the itinerary, how it works, and also don't ask them the price. You just want to have the itinerary. But sometimes also, if you want, you can ask them the price, because you are not the one who is you are not the one who is paying the money. Okay, so you can ask them the itinerary from your country to Indonesia, like Jakarta. They will tell you, and then from that you can just inform the university this is the itinerary you choose. Sometimes they can tell you 2 ways or 3 ways according to the to the situation at
Availability
that
of
time.
flight and
Yeah,
stuff.
availability of the flight as well. And if you don't have the number and you don't also don't want to contact them, you can just go online. You write the city, like from the city you are. For example, if you are in Addis Ababa or Conakry or Accra or Nigeria, like Lagos, you just write Lagos to Jakarta on Google. If you have an app in your country that look like where you buy flight ticket and also hotel accommodation, those kind of thing, you can just write it from your city, from your capital city to Jakarta. You will see several flights, and from that you can just check the one that you like. This is what I did. And then you just copy that one, you send to the university, and once you do it, they will directly maybe after 1 week, after 1 week they will buy the flight ticket for you, because the flight ticket, you are not the one who is going to buy the flight ticket for you. They will buy the flight ticket and send it to you. Okay, so related to the visa application is about 1 month. After that, before the visa, the study permit. That's why they ask all those kind of documents. After that, they will provide also the study permit after you apply, and also they provide the visa, and also the itinerary related to your flight. You are the one who will provide that. After that, they will buy the flight ticket from that. I think that's why. If you have anything to add here, also add.
Yeah. Okay, someone is in here.
Okay,
Does
what?
the school give you arrival dates?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think the arrival date, it depends on the visa, the duration for the visa.
Yeah.
If they get the visa earlier, and then like everyone has his own visa, then they can give you the arrival dates.
Yeah.
But usually the arrival date, it comes from the government. It's the government who decide the arrival date, I think.
Yeah.
So you just have to wait for them after the study permit and then the visa, and then you get the route. I think then some universities, they give emails. Even they will not contact you, I think, after they get the documents. Some of them, they will not contact you
At all.
at all. So they will
Yeah.
prepare the study permit and then the visa. Then after, they will send, after 1 month, they will send it through email for you. But some of them also, they will be contacting the students, like usually they contact the students regularly,
Yeah.
to check up on them. But some of them, they will just leave you like that, and then they will just concentrate on the visa and then the things that they need.
Yeah. Okay. So so that's it. I think he answered your question, right? Related to
The arrival.
related to the arrival. If the university will will tell you like when you should arrive here or not, but they actually will inform you, because you will receive your flight ticket, and from the flight ticket you will directly know when am I going to leave. But they will tell you before also when are you going to come, because you need to park. And also in in my latest video, I told you like how much luggage, the luggage that you have to, the weight that you need to bring, because if you add that more than that, they will charge extra fees for that. They will charge extra fees. So if you, for example, you have a lot of things you would like to buy, to bring food, because I told you guys, bring food, and don't forget us here. We have Ghanaians here. We have Ghana. We have many guys here who are really missing their food. So try to bring food from your country, the one that you really like, too much even, and then. If you have a lot of money, if you have money, try to save from now on, so that you buy things that you would like to bring here, either food or I already have told you to also prepare some medicine. I don't wish you to get sick, but it's really actually good, I think, to get prepared for that, because some of you will have more than 20 hours flight, so it's really a long journey. So you need that. You need those medicines, so that you just treat yourself in emergency situation. Okay, so once you arrive also, before you arrive, as I was saying, it's 20 kilo that they allow. This is for free. If all your luggage is 20 kilo, you get it for free. You are not going to pay on anything related to that. But if you would like to add, if you have money, you can just add another suitcase for you. Or you can also bring a bag. You can go with it less than 10 kilo, I think. Less than that, less than 10, you can, or just maximum 10, you can go with it inside the plane. So that one also is another solution for you to add more things. Okay, so apart from that, you can just add and then you pay. Okay, so related to someone, I also saw someone saying like how much money I should bring in case of emergency. I already shared that in the other video. Like if you have money, bring money. It's okay. If you have money, try to bring money. However, if you also don't have, don't try to take debt, because you are a KNB already. I remember last year, the day I arrived on campus is the same day that they give us the first allowance.
Yeah.
The first month, like it's the first month stipend. It was the month of September, and also the settlement allowance. The settlement allowance is about 1,500,000. That 1,500,000 is to help you immediately find a room, either on campus if you are living in the student dormitory, because some university will ask you to pay.
It's a fee, yeah.
Yeah, if or you are going to stay outside the campus. So that 1,500,000 will be enough for you to have a room somewhere. So that's why they call it settlement allowance. You have to settle yourself and also get ready if you have things to buy. And apart from that, they will also give you the first month, the stipend of the first month. So you are not going to be really worrying too much about money or how you are going to buy things. One advice that I will give you, once you arrive in Indonesia, don't try to buy too much things at the same time.
At the airports.
At the airport, don't even buy anything at the airport. I will tell you. That's why try to make sure that you have what you like, what you will need before you come here. Because if you come at the airport, you don't speak Bahasa Indonesia, and you only speak English. Some of them, they will try to scam you, because even the SIM card, the SIM card that you will buy, another important thing that we will share here related to the airport.
Yeah.
Like there is one thing that you should do at the airport. I will make another video maybe after tomorrow for that, but I will emphasize it right now. Before you leave the airport, once you arrive in Jakarta, before you leave the airport, you have to register your email. This cost me more than 1 million rupiah, what I'm telling you right now. It's very, very important. Like if you leave the airport without registering your email, because this is a rule, a government rule, okay? Yeah, in Indonesia. It's one of their government rules that all foreigners who arrive in Indonesia, they have to register their email if they are going to stay here more than 3 months. And you are a KNB already, of course you are going to stay here more than 3 months, because the minimum is 3 years for the bachelor, for the master's degree, and also the bachelor and PhD is more than that. So you need to register them. Because if you register there, it's for free. If your phone is less than 500 USD, it's actually for free. Okay, so you register your email. You just make your luggage. You present the luggage that you brought with you, and after that you register the email. If you don't register the email, I myself, I paid 1,160,000 rupiah.
Yeah.
It's
Close to $100.
yeah, close to $100 just for that, because it's not like I don't know. They told me, but what I did is not like what I did is what was like to the luggage that I have. I report that I thought I did
only the
yeah. You see, this is only. And I also asked that person. I say, "Is this registration email registration?" But it seems like the person cannot like
speak
English.
Yeah.
You see, so he did not understand, and I did not understand. You see, once I arrived here, it was already too late. I cannot go back to the airport of Jakarta. And once I went to the the custom here in Indonesia, they charge the phone according to the price of the phone. For you to register the email, they will charge the phone according to the price.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have a new phone, or if you have a second name, if you have iPhone, if you also have iPhone, just try to make sure that you register the email at the airport. It's very, very important. Don't even miss the thing. Maybe even after just you get your document, your luggage, the first thing you need to do, report the luggage, and after that you go to the registration, email registration. You will even see people who will help you to do that before you leave the airport. Okay, and then once you arrive, some people will, their university is not in Jakarta, so you need to take another flight, maybe 1 hour or even 2 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes. It's according to the city, where the city is actually. So related to the airport, that's the thing. Don't get confused once you arrive at the airport. Okay, and also I will share one experience that I had before leaving my country. The airline, it was Flight Emirates. They said that I should buy a return ticket. Okay, they told me that I should buy a return ticket. Fortunately for me, Pakveri was online at that moment, you know. So you need also to contact the airline. For example, they buy Qatar Airways or they buy Fly Emirates or Ethiopian Airline. Call them or go earlier. For example, your flight ticket is around 1 p.m. Try to go at 11 or 11:30. Don't go there at already, it's just one hour that left. Because if there is any problem, you cannot report it on time. Okay, if there is any problem, you cannot report it on time. Okay, so try to make sure that you ask them, you check for them, because the visa is just for 1 year. After you arrive here, 1 year after you renew your visa. We just renew our like stay permit just the day before yesterday. So the lady told me that I only have 1 year of visa, so I need to buy a flight return ticket. I told her that I'm going for study for more than 2 years. How can I just buy a return ticket for 1 year? So fortunately, the KNB coordinator was online. I thought I informed him, and then the problem was solved because I got another flight ticket. But I'm not going back to okay, so that's it. Try to make sure that you go earlier to avoid any trouble. Oh, I saw a message from the WhatsApp group. Let me check it. Is it? He said, how is the weather like? Okay, is it considered a luxury to rent a course with an AC? How is the weather like? What kind of clothes suitable for the weather? Is there any special cloth for university, like shirt with all? Okay, so I will start by the first question. Okay, the first question is it considered a luxury to rent a course with an AC? No, I don't think so. Like it's
common thing.
Yeah, it's just common, you know. It's just common. Some courses they have and some don't have. There are some courses it's natural AC.
Yeah, natural. It depends on the city.
Yeah, it's actually depend on the city where you are, because you cannot say, for example, in Malang here, you say you are going to put an AC in your room.
Sure.
In Malang, tidak bisa. Like you cannot do it because Malang is already a city that is really cold, because we are not next to the mountain of Batu here. Okay, so Malang is really a good city related to
The
weather.
degree is 20 degrees.
Yeah, 20 degree right now where we are making this video is 20 degree. Okay, so it's not actually a luxury to consider renting a course with an AC. No. So how is the weather like? We will share about Malang. Indonesia, that what you have to know is Indonesia have 2 seasons. Okay, only 2 seasons. The first is rainy season and the dry season, and right now is dry season right now. However, in Malang it's still raining. It is dry season, but it's still raining right now.
Region here.
So tropical region, that's the situation. So Surabaya is really hot. Are you okay? Surabaya, Surakarta. Tell me, in which university are you admitted? In which city the university is? So some cities are really very hot. When we take an example of Surabaya, okay. But if you rent a course with AC in Surabaya, it's okay. It's really normal. But Malang is really a city that is really cool, you know, because the weather is anytime. Sometimes I come out, there is sun, but it's still cold, you know. So it's really, I really like the weather. One of the things that I like about Malang is the weather. The weather is really very good. So for other cities, most of the other cities in Indonesia are really like hot, you know. Especially Jakarta, Surabaya, Solo also,
Yeah,
right? Yogyakarta. So those kind of cities, it's really hot. However, it's actually different, you know, because some country also in Africa have the same weather than Indonesia. So I think you will adapt. You will adapt related to that weather. So what kind of cloth suitable for the weather? Yeah, it's actually it's actually the
It depends on
situation.
the person.
Yeah, it depends on like on the person. Like,
Yeah.
how are you a person who is used
Allergic to cold
yeah,
weathers.
allergic to cold or hot like hot situation? Because as I said, tell me in which university are you admitted. I will tell you which city the university is. So if you are in Surakarta, in Jakarta, for example, it's something like this.
Yeah, something like that. This
Because
Malang.
it's really hot. You see me, easy. So, but in Malang it's cold. So you need to prepare things for cold. But it's not only also too cold. Because you see he's wearing this t-shirt
At
right
night.
now at night, and it's only 20 degrees, and he's from Ghana. Okay, so that's it. So it's actually depend on where you are used to that. And after that, is there any special clothes for university? Actually, I think every university here has uniform for their students. However, the uniform are not to be wear like
Regularly.
every day. You have to wear the uniform and then go to the campus. It's only for
Special occasions.
special occasion. For example, you have graduation. No, sorry. You have an event on campus related to international student. They invite you somewhere, or sometimes there is a exam. For example, we have in UMM, like on our campus here, we have the Baju. Okay, that one
The
for
red.
for event. If we have event, we go
Red jacket.
red like, okay, because they call our campus Putih dan Merah, because it's just white and then red campus. So the red color is the color of our university. Negeri Malang is blue, I think, and so on. So yeah, they have special clothes for university. However, it's not to be wear every day. You can wear bebas. Just try to bring things like clothes like normal, because you will be going on campus for free without wearing any uniform. However, with collar, because you cannot enter in a university in Indonesia for regular classes with this thing. You see, with this thing,
Collar.
you need to have a collar on your like with your
Shirt.
shirt. Okay, so that's the one. Is there any other question? Okay, what about
Bandung weather.
Bandung weather? Bandung also is,
Seperti Malang.
yeah,
It's like
but Malang,
Old
like, yeah, like Bandung is also in West Java, because Bandung also is in Java actually. However, the weather in Bandung is little bit hotter, yeah, than Malang.
Malang.
Actually, Malang is too cold when we compare it to other cities. However, Bandung city is not bad, like related to the weather, because we went there for the international student office
Summit.
in November, right? Yeah, it's already in November. So the weather in Bandung is not that much hot, I can say. It's just normal, It's just also cool. But when we talk about Surabaya is really hot actually. Yeah, Surabaya is really hot compared to Bandung.
Others, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but the accommodation is up to each university. Yeah, the accommodation is up to each university. The school give arrival. That's the only question that we have. Yeah. Okay, so anything you would like to remind Abbas?
Okay, I would like to say congratulations once again. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
congratulations.
one thing also, don't forget about your traditional clothing,
Oh yeah.
because we'll be having a summit. Yeah, after your arrival, after 1 month here, all of KMB awardees will meet in an institution. I don't know the institution for this year, and then you'll have international student summits. So it's better you bring your traditional clothing. And then one thing about the airport also, don't forget to change your money, yeah, to dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget, because I had a friend. We were coming from Ghana. He forget to change their money, and then they told him when he come to Jakarta, he can change the Ghana cedi to
Yeah.
Indonesian rupiah. So we came, and then he find out that he cannot change it. This for those who like to say this is your first time traveling, so you have to change your money to dollar, yeah, so that when you come here you can change it to Indonesian rupiah.
Yeah.
But don't bring your own money, like the country money here. If not, you
Never.
cannot change it at
Never.
the airport. I
Never.
think this one will help also.
Yeah. Don't like this is really something
Yeah.
very important what he just said right now, because some people will say, okay, I will go with my money, and then once I arrive in Jakarta, because Jakarta is the capital city, so I can change it. Only dollar can be changed there. Your money from the country, money cannot be used in Jakarta airport unless you give it to someone, he send it back in your country, so that you change it from there and then bring USD for you. So that's it. Try to make sure that you get in touch with the university. I mean, if the university asks you information related to the document, don't say that you are going to wait and then maybe you will send it tomorrow. They ask you to send it today, send it today.
Fast response.
Fast response. Be available for them, and also give all the information, like all the document that they ask you. If you don't have a health certificate that is current, try to make one recently. If you don't have a passport picture, right, maybe especially like red background, try to make it, because the study permit is red background. But you can just take any background, and then so maybe you can change it at any time online. Okay, so apart from that, the police clearance that some country, some university maybe ask, it's up actually to the university. Related to the accommodation, you can either stay in the university dormitory or go outside the campus, in the course. So it's actually up to the university. In UMM here, we stay in the course. We are not staying in the at the dormitory on campus. It's only 1 week that we had to stay on campus, and I remember I just got my room in 2 days, right? I arrived on Saturday and I got my room on Sunday. So I just relocate on Monday, just 3 days. But they give you 1 week with a student body. There will be someone who will guide you. It's not only for that thing. He will guide you to have a course, not only for that, but he will also be the one who will give you tutorial classes for the Bahasa Indonesia, because the Bahasa Indonesia is not really that difficult language. However, having someone who will help you to make your program is really something important, because after the class in my on our campus here, it's only 4 days that we have. The 3 days is for the regular class, and the other one was a cultural class, is history and also culture. Sometimes we used to go outside to visit some places. However, there is another class that they call tutorial class. That tutorial class is that student body who will help you to clear the question that you have if during the class, if there is something you don't understand. He will help you to make those question, like he will help you to give you those answers. So that's also one thing about the student body. So anything else that we would like to share here, like for your food, I already told you. Bring your food and bring your traditional uniform, traditional clothing. It's not only for the International Student Summit, because you will go to the International Student Summit, they will ask you to wear traditional clothes, maybe, or they will invite you during your study here. For example, we have a summer course in 1 month, maybe. They will ask us. They already ask us to bring traditional clothing, so we need to bring that. If you don't have it already, it's not something that is good. And yeah, of course, try to bring something unique from your country. So once you wear it, they will see, okay, you are from that place. Okay, because if you are coming from Africa, some people like here, they really think everyone who is a black person just come from like Africa. The UK, of course, it's Africa, but Africa has 54 countries, and each of those countries have separate budaya, like culture. So try to bring something that is unique, so that once you wear it, someone also wear it, they will know that you guys are coming from different places, and that thing will be more interesting, and will make your country have a lot of more exposure related to the culture also in Indonesia. Okay, I don't think we have any other question. Yeah, you can drop here. Okay.
So I think they can share to your WhatsApp
Oh
group
shit. Yeah.
if they still have.
Okay. So, is there anyone who would like to add a lot of another question related to that? We have maybe maximum 10 minutes to close the live. Okay. Abel, you have anything to add for them?
No, I think that's it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Check the WhatsApp.
wait. So, is Bahasa language taught regularly? Okay. Can you answer that question?
It's Bahasa language taught. Yeah, you have to, for the first year for KMB. For the first year, it's compulsory for you to learn the Bahasa Indonesia. So you'll be learning Bahasa Indonesia, but they have like a different program for you. Like let's say outing class, you'll not be learning the language only. You'll be learning the culture, the food. You'll be tasting some food, also traditional food here. So you'll be learning the language and then the culture also. I think that one is compulsory for KMB. Yeah, you cannot say you will not. It's
Yeah.
compulsory. Even if you are here before, I think you have to.
Yeah, something like that. Like, yeah, I think you understand what he just said right now. Like, the first year, if you are a KNB awardee, the first year, there is no any negotiation for that. You have to do your Bahasa Indonesian course. Some people have English language courses. Okay, their study program is English actually, but they still do 1 year of Indonesian language. It's part of the program in the KNB scholarship, and in your study, in your acceptance letter on the platform, you already accept that. So you cannot change it. You cannot come here and say you don't want to study the Indonesian language. It's actually mandatory for you. And as he said, it's not only the language, it's also the culture, the way of living of Indonesian, because some of you will be staying with Indonesian in the different courses. So you need to know how really they live, and also their culture, what to do, what not to do. And also you will also, it will be also another year, 1 year for you to visit some places, historical places in Indonesia. Actually, it's just 1 year of language and culture of Indonesia. It's not only the language, actually, because after that you are just going to follow your study program, and then you don't need anymore to go to BIPA and do the 1 year language, because you already did it actually, because you will need it after you graduate for the BIPA, because after that you will join international student and also Indonesian student. You will be studying Indonesian with Indonesian students, so you need to master the language for you to communicate, and also make communication really easy for you. And also some programs are taught in Bahasa Indonesia. Expect the Arabic language program and also English language program. If your program is in English language, you will not be taught, of course, in Bahasa Indonesia. And the same thing for also Arabic language. It's about, I think, 5 days a week. We attend every day.
No.
Oh no, we don't actually attend every day, like every day. It's depend on your campus actually. At UMM we only have, as I told you, 4 days: Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Wednesday. Wednesday for the regular class, and Thursday is only for culture class, because Budaya, they call it Budaya. They will tell you history of like kingdom, something like that. You will visit museums, and also historical or cultural places in Indonesia with the lecturer who only have the purpose to teach you history and culture. Okay, and another course is the tutorial class. The tutorial class is with a student body who will help you to clear the information that you don't understand in your, like, during the 3 days classes. However, other campuses have 5 days. So don't say later that I told you it's only 3 days or 4 days. It's actually up to the university who will give you. In our university we have actually, for every subject we have one lecturer. For some campuses they have only one lecturer for all the courses. So it's actually up to the university. So it's up 4 days, 5 days. It's up to the university actually. Yeah. Oh yes, I think that's all. I think we responded to a question, right? Okay. Anyone?
Exams in Bahasa.
Our exam in what about Bandung? Or exam in Bahasa? Oh yeah. For the oh you are asking, I don't know, I will answer for both. I don't know if you are asking for the first year in Bahasa or during
After.
during the study program. If for the Bahasa, of course, the program will be in the exam will be in Bahasa for the first year is in Bahasa. Sorry guys for the noise. Okay. So the first year in Bahasa Indonesia, of course, the exam will be in Bahasa. However, if you join your study program, for example, I will be doing management. The exam they will give it in English in Bahasa like for international students because they know that there are some international students who don't understand like fluently Bahasa Indonesia. So they will provide the exam in English. However, there are also sometimes that they will provide it in uh, Bahasa Indonesia. However, either they will provide it in Bahasa Indonesia or English. They will make sure that you understand before starting the exam. That's the thing. You are not going to get the questionnaire without understanding, and then they will say you have to continue for that. They will explain. If you don't understand, of course, they will give you the English language format. And international students are not allowed to, under the KMB program, of course, are not allowed to join the
International class.
international class because you have to study with Indonesian people to study your study permit, your study program. I think I answered your question. Yeah, that's it.
Check
That's
your
all.
WhatsApp.
Yeah. Do I need to have a scooter? How much does it cost to get one? Darren? Okay.
What? Do I need
Okay.
scooter?
Yeah. This means rejected. Wait. I'm not sure that. Do I need to have a scooter? What do you mean by
Motorbike.
going? I have someone here who has a scooter.
I think
You
it
will say
depends
it.
on your lifestyle, yeah.
Uh-huh.
If you want to like explore the city you are in or the town you are in, I think you would probably need a scooter.
Hmm.
So it depends on the lifestyle and then the one you need, the brand you need also.
Mhm.
But usually the price starts from 5 million juta
Mhm.
until 10 million, 20 million even, or 30 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want a new one.
Yeah.
But it depends on who you are and then what kind of life
Mhm.
you want to play here.
Yeah. 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 That's it. That's it. It's really clear that he said like is the amount start from 5 million, right?
5 million.
5 million. 5 million. From that until 20, 20 million. So it's actually up to you what kind of lifestyle you have and also the means that you have. Of course, even you can even buy a bicycle here if you want. There are some people,
campus.
yeah, there are some campuses that have also bicycle that you can go around on campus, only on campus. There are also those kind of bicycle on campus that we can use. Okay, in renting, you can either rent it or buy it. It's actually up to you.
Yeah,
It's,
but renting is sometimes expensive. Also.
expensive because if you rent it at any time you are going, you will spend a lot of money. You cannot just buy one and also just try to make now the repair. You repair it at any time.
Yeah.
There is something new. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I think there is no more.
This one,
What do you say?
I think he did not get the rejection. Those are the waiting lists.
Yeah, in the waiting list. Yeah. Oh, he said it in the group.
Oh?
I don't know what his name. He said this means rejected.
No.
Not actually rejected.
It's the waiting.
You are not rejected because if you are rejected, it will not be like that. Actually, if the account is like the student is rejected, the account will not be like that. Maybe you are in the waiting list. Maybe there are some people who they think will not confirm their the scholarship, and then they will allot that scholarship to you directly. Okay, and I'm not also confirming that you will get the scholarship. Sorry, this is just to tell you that you are not your result is not actually out because you are in the waiting list. If someone does not confirm, you will get the scholarship. They will directly allot it to you definitely. Okay, so Man Mustafa is typing.
Check.
Okay, is there any positive signal for those who portals
I
still
think that's
tell
the one you
to
just
wait for announcement but they are not in the awaiting list? Yeah. And there's positivity. That's what I just said right now. Actually, there's still hope. Okay, there's still hope for that for those guys, for those people. If your portrait is like the one that you just share in the WhatsApp group, okay, you did not get rejected, but your portrait is still like this. It means there's still hope for you to get the scholarship.
it's a second
Because
chance.
because there are some people who will not confirm. They may apply to several university, several scholarship, and then they will get it, and then maybe they will find that scholarship is better for them than this one, so they will just confirm this one and leave the KNB. If that the situation, yesterday was the deadline. Today, like they can no longer confirm it, so the system will automatically fail them and also add the new people, then the new list for those people who have been in the waiting list. Okay, so that's the situation. Hopefully you will get it. I wish you that you get it because you are in the waiting list. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's are great.
Gadget, affordable in Indonesia, solicitation. Yeah.
What do you say?
Gadget.
Affordable in
Stuffs,
Indian.
yeah. It's very cheap here.
Yeah.
Yeah, gadgets are very cheap here, I think. Since some of them they manufacture it here, so
Yeah.
you get them very cheap also.
Mm.
Yeah. And some universities also they just provide the gadget for you, so you don't need to buy anything.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on where you live, okay?
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I think that's all the question. Wait, coba ini. Yeah, we can say we are going to close.
Okay, there's one question.
Huh?
The transportation.
With the transportation from course to campus, like is there public transportation? I will be at Jogja. Okay, like the transportation. Of course, they have public transportation here. They have public transportation, and also they have what they call Gojek. They have
Yeah.
Gojek, Grab here, or what's the
Maxim.
Maxim.
Yeah.
These are bikes, either bikes or what's the name, or car. For example, you
There's
want to
taxi
leave.
also, yeah.
It's like taxi.
Taxi.
It's like taxi. They call it Grab or Maxim or those kind of
Gojek,
things.
yeah.
It's actually up to you. Either you, for example, me, I'm not taking Grab to come to the university because I just live behind the campus here.
minutes, yeah.
Just 5 minutes. 5 minutes from my course to the campus. I just walk to come here. Okay, so I cannot take Grab for that. But if you are living, for example, you did not find a course like a course near your campus, you need to take the Gojek from the campus, from your home to the campus. It's actually depend also, and the price is not that too much really, because sometimes you can have 5,000 rupiah or 10,000 or 50,000, maximum 50,000 I think for
Transportation.
for transportation here. So you don't need actually to worry too much about that. And I would like to share this thing, like as far as you are a KNB award in Indonesia, I'm not going to tell you will make how to say, like you will be like the president here. But KNB award are the VIP student in Indonesia, international student. I will tell you, because there is no other scholarship that is better than the KNB scholarship for international student, of course. So either you will buy a bicycle, or you will buy a bike, or you will take rent, or you will go or you will rent, or you take Grab, or you take taxi. Actually, if you don't waste too much time, like if you don't waste money, if you don't like to waste too much money, the living allowance per month in Indonesia under the KNB scholarship will be enough for you. It's more than even enough for some for some cities. Like if you are in a small city, the rent is not expensive, and also if you like if you are someone who would like to cook or something related to that, you just buy your things and try to be moderate. If you try to make that thing, it will be more than enough for you to live here under the KNB scholarship without worrying about anything, either your transport or your family being called you to send you money. You will not need that, because they don't allow you to work here as you are here. When you are here, so as you are KNB already, you cannot work as an international student. So as they know you cannot work, so they will provide everything for you. And I already told you the amount that they provide. Monthly here. You can go back to the video and see all the details that I have already shared related to that.
We have 2 minutes now.
Yeah, okay. Only 2 minutes now remain, okay? I don't think we still have any other question here. Some people just come late. What is the maximum price I should pay for a course in order to be able to manage my other expenses and budget? Okay. Mustafa, actually, is I cannot tell you the price exact, because it depends on your lifestyle. Okay, I have some friends who have like 1 million or something, who is paying 1 million rupiah, and I have some who are paying less than 500 rupiah. Okay, so it's actually to your how can I say, lifestyle, to your lifestyle. Your student body will go with you in your room, like around the campus. I will advise you to have a room on next to the campus, because you will not be wasting money for transportation from your course to the university. So try to make sure you have a course next to the campus. And related to the amount is actually from 450 more until 1 million rupiah. I think for only one room with everything inside. Like if you are someone who would like to have your room with the toilet inside, like inside toilet, is you have to pay for at least 800 or 1 million rupiah. If you would like to have shared toilet and share kitchen, you will have to pay around 500 or less than that. More than around from 700 to less than that. Okay, so it's actually up to your lifestyle. You will pay your money. But once more again, whether you will prefer to stay outside or you pay more, the living allowance will be enough for you. Yeah, the living allowance will be enough for you. So that's all for today. We think that we have already shared a lot of information, and if you still have question, leave that in the comment, and I will make other videos one day to share more about the opportunity related to the KNB scholarship, and also your concern related to that. Thank you so much, and I wish you a safe journey, and also try, as I said, make sure that you really stay in touch with the university, provide all the documents that they need, and don't waste their time, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Bring the necessary thing.
Who is
because
Muhammad Abdullah? It seems he knows me.
Huh? Hi Sami. Sami Abiri is praying for you.
I think he knows me.
Okay, Abdullah, maybe he knows you already.
Yeah.
Hi Sami Abrin is praying. Who is Abirem?
That's our
You know Abirem?
city. The city.
Oh, the city.
He's saying the city means
Oh,
me. That's a good compliment, Abdullah.
that's it. So see you. Thank you so much. We are also praying for Abirem.
Yeah, Abirem.
Thank you so much, guys, and share your story with us. Leave the comment if this live help you. Try to make sure that we know the things that we share here, and also really help you, and also what kind of topic you would like us to share. Yeah, in the future related to the KNB scholarship. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Wadu. They say Wadu.
We will cut that part then. I don't know. Just come out from here.